Thank you Techmoan for making this video possible. Cheers. Hello, welcome to another video. I was chatting with Techmoan the other day about his Mega Minidisc Unwrap video he did, where he'd ordered a bundle of used Minidisc players from Jules, the Japanese auction site. There were over 50 in the package and most of them didn't work. And I asked him what he did with the ones that were broken. And he said they were very broken and he was just going to take them to electronics recycling. And I asked him if he'd be prepared to send them off to me, because there might be a few things in there that will make good videos for us, and I hoped that I might be able to repair a couple of them. So this package arrived yesterday containing all of the broken Minidisc players that Techmoan still had. And I started to shoot a video unpacking it, which is the video you can see now, and then going through each one by one to see if there were any easy repairs to do. For a lot of reasons, the video footage that I recorded was pretty rubbish, not least of which was the fact that I couldn't get any of them to work at first attempt. So I took a break, went for a cup of coffee, and then came back and started going through them just for fun, but not on video. And I did manage to get two working, sort of working for the most part. So that's the reason for this video. I want to show you briefly those two Minidisc players and hopefully show you the problems that they still do have. So all of the Minidisc players that Techmoan bought from the Japanese auction site were obviously Japanese. This one's still got the sticker on it, and this was a bit of a clue on how to get it working. I've actually got a remote control for Panasonic, which looks the same as that, so it helps because there's no display on this. There's no way to find out what's going on unless you can connect up a remote control to it. So that's the actual 3.5mm headphone jack, but it also doubles as an inline remote for the functions for that. So that goes in there like that, and it's got a really weird mechanism for getting your disc in. This is the eject mechanism. You see that it sort of pushes that way and opens up, but it doesn't open up very much. But to get the Minidisc in, you just push it in like that. It doesn't feel very nice to be able to have to do that, you know, push so hard on a piece of electronics equipment. But you can see there, it is actually working. Now, how I fixed this one was, I think I might have cleaned the heads on it, but there was no life from it at all. I tried several different batteries. I cleaned up the battery contacts, as I did on all the players. So on all the players I cleaned the heads with the laser with isopropyl alcohol, and I used a little fiberglass tipped pen for cleaning up electronics to clean up the contacts. I also had my multimeter out and was checking various things. But all of the Panasonics I've got seem to give you a low battery warning even if the battery is fully charged. So I couldn't get this to work at all, despite using different batteries on it. And then I just tapped it hard on the back, and that brought it into life, and I saw that it was working. So I'm not going to be able to show you the audio on this because it will get a content match and a copyright strike. But it seems to be working absolutely fine. I haven't tested this long term. I played this one for maybe 15 minutes today, and it does seem to be working fine. All the functions are working, volume and everything else. I don't read Japanese, and the instruction manual is only available in Japanese. So one day I'll work out what all the features are, but it's pretty obvious. We've got hold switch, volume up and down. This is for the dock or the battery adapter, and forward and back and play and stop. So it's quite a nice player, bit scratched up, not as bad as some of the others, but definitely worth me doing some work on. So this one's a bit more special in my opinion. This is actually a recorder, And this is how I got it. It's not in bad condition, but there seems to be some bleed on the LEDs there. But it's got record functions, play and pause, forward and back skip or tracks, a volume rocker there, a hold button which I keep turning on accidentally, same sort of remote. There's actually two remotes that work with this one. This is the remote that most closely resembles the one that came with the unit. So that's the designation of the unit. Again, Japan only. I can't read all of this. The instruction manual is only in Japanese on this one as well. But it's a nice player. A few different modes here which I've yet to figure out. And the open and close mechanism is a bit more traditional. So again on this one I cleaned up the battery contacts, but it's still making an intermittent connection, and I think if the battery isn't really good then it doesn't register that it's got a battery in it. So this battery is charged, but it is one of the original Sony ones. So let's just swap that over for one of these ones which you can still get on Amazon. So you can hear it. Doesn't seem to have done anything yet. I don't know whether you can hear that. It is playing, but it's making some really weird noises. So let me get the microphone closer to the Minidisc player and I'll do that again for you. So I've put a Minidisc in there now. Hopefully you can still hear me. So it makes those two clicks. No matter what Minidisc I put in there, it makes those two clicks. And it will make those when I'm actually playing it as well. I've listened to this one for about 15 minutes as well. And occasionally it will make those clicks again. I can't figure out what it is. It doesn't matter what disc I've got in there, it will still make the same sound. And obviously I can't play any of this again for copyright reasons. But what I do like is it's got LP2 in the display there. So it tells you what format that this Minidisc is recorded in. Let's go forward a track, see if we can hear what it sounds like. It's quite quiet, but every now and then you'll get that click click again, or maybe 3 clicks. Very loud, and I don't know what they are. I'm guessing it might be something to do with the laser sled moving backwards and forwards. I haven't tested recording on this one yet. So one final skip. Now the text in there is the text that I put onto the Minidisc track titles, and it might seem as if it's a bit jumpy with a bit of a shadow on the video, but it's actually like that to the naked eye as well. Now I'm guessing there is some way of making this text smaller or changing it in one of the modes, but not having an English manual I'm a bit stuck. I've been online and looked at a couple of YouTube videos on this, and I'll put a link to one in the description box. And this actually came as part of a package. We had 2 speakers, and I think they were quite good speakers, and also a dock which you'd slide it into, which had all the play and pause functions and volume functions, but it also allowed you to do titling of your tracks and of your mini discs as well. But it's really hard to get hold of those docks now. Normally those docks are sold with the players, and I think there was one that went for well over £100 on eBay at some point. There we go, there's that sound again. So I don't know why it makes it. Here it is again. So now as I go through the tracks, it didn't do it on that track. So sometimes it sounds like it's getting stuck, but it's actually reading the track fine. So if you've got any idea what that sound could be, let me know in the comments please. So that's it for this video. Thanks again to Techmoan for sending me all of his broken players. There's a link to his videos in the description box of this video. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.